Hi, I'm Kate. I'm an English teacher here on Burbling, and today's class is about common idioms in English. So these idioms are not organized around a specific theme. What they have in common is simply that we use them a lot. So hopefully, they'll be particularly useful to you in your interactions in English. So what we'll be doing today is just a lot of practice using these idioms in context, and then hopefully by the end of the class we'll be able to use them a little bit in speaking as well. Okay, so and this class is for intermediate learners. Let's see, so I think we're still waiting on some students, but I want to welcome the students that are here. Hi, Ali.
Hi, Kate.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. And hi, Salvatore.
Hi, teacher.
How are
How are
you?
you?
Doing
I'm
well.
fine, thank you.
Good. Where are you from?
Italy.
From Italy. Okay, cool. Cool, nice to have you here. All right.
Thank you.
And hello, Rafael.
Hello, Caitlin.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Doing well, thanks. Good. Let's see, and then we have Imad.
Yeah,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Montreal, Canada.
From Montreal. Cool. Have you always lived there?
Yeah, I live here 12 years. Yeah,
Cool. Montreal is a really interesting city. I like it.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Cool. And hi, Rafael. Yes, you, the one who just joined. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. But anyway, Rafael, nice to have you back here.
Can you hear me now?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, sorry. I was setting my microphone.
No
I'm
problem.
okay.
Good. All right. And let's see, we have a few more students arriving. Hi, Hannah. Hannah?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And what about you?
Doing well, thank you. Where are you calling from?
Right now I'm in Poland, but I'm from Belarus.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Cool. All right, well, nice to meet you. And hello, Wenting.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Kathleen.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Not bad.
Good. All right, good. So I'm happy we have a full class today. And today is all about idioms. And so I was saying this at the beginning of the class, but I'll repeat it. These idioms are not necessarily about a common theme or a common subject, but what they have in common is that they are all very commonly used, right? These are things that will hopefully be useful for you in normal conversation in English. So they're idioms that you hear a lot that native speakers tend to integrate, without even thinking into our conversations. And these are the ones where if you don't know them, it can make communicating and understanding a lot more difficult. Okay, so I want to hear, before we get started working on these, why are idioms so difficult? What do you think?
Because because I have a meaning different, teacher.
Yeah, right. So their meaning is different from the literal meaning of the words, right?
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Anything else?
Because it's related to the culture, to the.
Yeah. They're often related to the culture. Absolutely. Any other comments on this? I think it's also the fact that, this is similar to the idea that they're related to the culture, but they can't be translated really, right? A lot of times there's no good translation, and different cultures and different languages have very different idioms to express similar ideas. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah? A comment?
No, I think maybe they have different meaning in the context when
Yeah.
in some cases.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Good. Are there any idioms that you are familiar with in English or that you hear frequently?
I know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Once in the blue moon, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that?
Once in the blue moon, like it happens once in the blue moon.
Oh, once in a billion. Okay.
Yeah.
1 in a billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 in a billion. Okay. Or 1 in a million? Or one?
Once in blue moon.
Yeah, blue moon.
Ah, once in a blue moon.
Part of the pronunciation.
Oh, it's okay. All right, good. Yeah, once in a blue moon. Absolutely. Something that happens very infrequently.
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Or you're feeling blue. It's so weird.
What's that?
When you're feeling blue,
Yeah, when you're feeling blue. What does that mean?
that you're sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you feel blue, you feel sad. Okay, interesting. We have some different color idioms. Yeah?
Yes. Or I think it's a piece of cake.
A piece of cake.
Yes.
What does that mean?
When something is very easy to do, or
Absolutely, right? We say, oh, that's a piece of cake, right? That's really easy. Really, really easy. Good.
On
Yeah.
cloud 9.
On cloud 9. Mm-hmm.
Mean very happy, extremely happy.
Be extremely happy. Mm-hmm.
To keep someone in the dark.
Sorry?
To keep someone in the dark.
To keep someone in the dark. What does that mean?
That you're hiding something. You're not telling.
Mm-hmm. So to hide something from someone, right? Or to keep information from someone. Absolutely. Okay, good. So you all know a lot of idioms already, and I think that's great, right? But the problem is there are so many, right? They just keep coming. And so a lot of times, the other day I did a class on animal idioms. There are a million different topics you could do idioms on, right? There are color idioms, so feeling blue, feeling green with envy, right? All of these different things. Idioms related to sports, right? The ball's in your court now, meaning it's your problem. Idioms related to everything. So today I tried to find some of the most common ones according to the University of Cambridge, and those are the ones that we're going to practice and learn today. All right, so any questions before we get started? Green?
No, cut to the chase.
No.
What is this? So everybody's green? Salvatore? To be green
I don't know, teacher, because I hear the song of Beatles, and the song "Everybody's Green." I don't know what.
Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe the most common idiom with green is green with envy, right? When you're jealous of someone.
Yeah.
yes, I think it's feeling to be green with envy.
You can be, yeah, I've heard that too if you're very happy. Absolutely. Good. Okay. Let's look at some of these. I'm going to share my screen, and essentially instead of excuse me, instead of telling you all these idioms and speaking to you this whole class, what I want you to do is I'll give you some activities, and I want to see if together we can figure out the meaning of these idioms. So I want you to kind of work through it on your own, or we'll do it together. Okay. All right, so is this big enough? Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so can I have someone read the instructions for this activity?
Okay.
All right.
Maybe me.
Okay, great, thanks.
Common idioms. Some of the most common idioms in English are highlighted in the dictionary. Below on the left are some common idioms. Choose the correct meaning from the list on the right.
Okay, so essentially, this comes from a dictionary of idioms, right, of the most common idioms. And for this first activity, they want you to match the idiom, right, in the left column to its definition. So let's see if we can figure out what these idioms mean. Okay, so the first one is a sports idiom related to golf, right? So does anyone know what it means to be par for the course? Is anyone a golfer here?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Does anyone here play golf?
No.
No.
No, okay. All right, so par is like the average on any given hole, right? So when you're playing golf, the idea is you want to use as few strokes or hits as possible, right? Okay, so we know that much. So par, you can say that this course is par 2 or par 3, right? The number of hits that it usually takes for someone to hit the ball into the hole. Okay, so if you're par for the course, it means you're right on schedule. You're doing things exactly as they should go.
Okay.
So which definition is that?
You match.
Uh-huh.
You
Which one?
match the right thing in the right way.
Exactly, yeah. So which one of these definitions is that?
Okay.
Know everything about the subject.
H happen as you would expect.
Yeah, it's H. Happen as you would expect.
Mm.
Okay, so this one is difficult to understand if you're not a golfer, I suppose, but if you're par for the course in golf, it means you're doing things very average, right? The way you're playing is very average. It's right on schedule with how one should be playing at this course. So we say if something is if something is par for the course, it's happening just as you expected it to happen. Okay. All right. Good. So the next one, to give the game away. Another sort of sports or games-related idiom.
Should I give the answer or?
Yeah, tell me if you know the answer. Tell me.
Yeah, it's like to give secrets or to give hints or no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so to tell a secret. So which letter does that correspond to?
F.
F. Yeah. To spoil a secret, surprise, or joke, right? If you give the game away. Okay, so imagine that someone. Hold on, let me just share this. Imagine that someone tells you the ending to a movie, right, that you haven't seen before. What could you say in this case?
Spoiler.
Yeah. First, it's a spoiler alert, but
Yeah.
you could say, you've given the game away, right? You gave the game away.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you use it in a business context, like in a business context?
If
like,
you are dealing with very private information, I suppose.
Yeah.
But usually, I would say it's not probably not that common in a business context.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. The next one, number 3, is extremely common in general. So give and take.
Yes.
Has anyone?
It's
Yeah?
it's A.
A, good. It's to find compromises. So a lot of times you'll hear, and this one you'll hear absolutely in a business context. If you need to give and take, right? A boss might say, okay, we need to figure out how to work with this client. We need to give and take, right? It means we need to find a way to compromise.
Okay.
Very
Yes.
common. Very common. Okay. And 4 is very common as well. To have it in for, and this SB stands for somebody or someone. So to have it in for somebody.
I think it's E, to be determined.
Good. Yeah, it means to want to hurt or criticize someone, right? So if you have it in for someone, you really don't like them. You want something bad to happen to this person.
Does it refer to hard feelings, or it's in the idiom? Does it refer to hard feelings, or what does it refer to?
So what do you mean? So yeah, I mean it's the same. If you have hard feelings towards someone, you might have it in for them, right? But there's a slightly different meaning. If you say,
Is
you know,
it E?
it's E, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you say that someone has hard feelings, we often use this in the expression, don't have hard feelings. Don't have any hard feelings, right?
Okay.
Or no hard feelings. That means that, you know, even though we had an argument, we don't want to have leftover anger towards one another. But here, when you have it in for someone, it's the idea is more that you want to hurt this person, right? You want this person to, so you know, a criminal might have it in for someone, or if you're really, really angry, right? Really angry, you might say that you have it in for someone.
Okay.
So a little bit different. Okay. The next one, this STH is something. So to know something inside out.
It's G.
It's G. Yeah. This one is, yeah, I think this one makes a lot of sense, right? To know everything about a subject. So why would that mean, so if you know something inside out, right, it means you know everything about this thing, right? You know it if it's inside out or right side up or upside down. Any way you look at it and approaching this from any angle, you know everything about it. So, for instance, if you get a doctoral degree in something, you would say that you know that subject inside out.
You're an expert.
Sorry?
You're an expert.
You're an expert, yeah. If you know something inside out, you're an expert. Absolutely. Okay, the next one, to break the ice.
That's the only one that I know for sure.
Okay, Rafael.
Because we have that in Brazil. We say
you
the
do.
same way
Cool. And what does it mean?
to make people feel relaxed with each other.
Yeah. Good. Excuse me. So it's B, to make people feel relaxed with each other. And so this one is also extremely common, right? If you're talking about meeting new people or going on a date, right? You might say, oh, I'll have to think about how to break the ice, right? How to sort of talk about, you know, make small talk about something easy or fun, and remove any tension. So to break the ice. Okay, number 7, take your pick.
Choose what you want.
Yeah, and this one is often used as an imperative. Right, we'll say take your pick, and it just means you can choose.
Okay.
Excuse me. And the last one? To be
It's
on the
A.
right track.
It's H. Happens as you
Actually,
said.
C. Do something.
It's C. To do something in a way that will give good results. right? So it's not just that it's happening as planned, but that it's happening in a way that that you think will end positively. So this is something that teachers in the U.S. say a lot to students. Okay, so if you say, we often say, you're on the right track, right? Which means it's a type of encouragement. Or, you know, your boss might say this to you. If you're working on a problem or a report or really anything you're working on, and you show it to a supervisor, and they look at it, and it's not perfect, but it's going in the right direction, and it will eventually lead you to the answer. That someone will tell you, okay, you're on the right track, but why don't you look at this and change this and do this, right? So it's a sort of encouraging idiom. Okay. All right. Any questions about these idioms?
No, but I confess that it's really hard to memorize the meanings.
Yeah, good. It's really hard, and so we're going to look at them in context. Okay, so I want you to look at these 8 sentences and fill in. Can you still see this if I make it a bit smaller?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now you have all of the idioms here. I want you to, on your own, try to fill in these sentences with the missing idiom. Okay, so take, 4 or 5 minutes and do exercise 2 on your own. Try to fill in the sentence with the missing idiom, and then after 4 or 5 minutes, we'll review the answers.
Okay. Can I do first?
Yeah, but I want everyone to do it on his or her own first. So by yourself, I want you to decide what the answers are, and then we'll review it in a few minutes. But you can do the first one.
Okay. Which one can I have? Take your pick.
Yeah, okay, good. So the first one, perfect, as Ali said, is take your pick. Okay. So now I want you to work, all of you to work on the rest of them on your own, and then we'll review them.
I think.
Okay, so let's go over this. It's okay if you're not quite finished. Okay, so as Ali said, the first one was take your pick, right? So which one can I have? Take your pick. And Ali, what would that mean?
You choose what you want.
Yeah, you choose. So whatever you want. Take your pick. Okay, good. Who can read and answer number 2?
I can read.
Okay.
The train was half an hour late, but I suppose that be part of the course, isn't it?
Almost. So I suppose the only problem is grammatically how it fits into the sentence. So I suppose that is, hold on, I'm typing it.
Yes, it's be.
I would,
It's, no.
yeah? It would be, I suppose that is par for the course, isn't it? Or probably what we would end up saying, oops, sorry, is I suppose that's par for the course.
That's part of the course, yes.
Par for. Right? Not part of, par for. Okay, good. And par just means average. Okay, so I suppose that's par for the course. Good. All right, number 3.
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
They weren't very talkative at first. Then someone told a joke, and that really breaks the ice.
Good. Right idiom, wrong verb tense.
6.
Broke.
Good. And that really broke the ice.
Broke the ice, yeah.
But yeah, perfect. That really broke the ice. And what does it mean here?
That means they make people feel relaxed. They can't speak at first, but someone told a joke that make people more relaxed.
Good. Yeah. Perfect. Good. Okay, number 4.
Okay, I'm not sure, but I can try.
Go ahead.
You have to give and take in these situations. There's always an element of compromise.
Excellent. Yeah. You have to give and take in these situations. There's always an element of compromise. Okay, good. All right, number 5.
There are 2 or just 1? For the A, there is no idiom to be filled.
There's no idiom for A, just in B.
Okay, so there's no one I could do it.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Peter's going to be there, and there is going to be a band, and you'll never guess. Oh, don't say anything else. You'll give the game away.
Yeah, you'll give the game away, right? Meaning you'll spoil the ending. And so here, the intonation would be, Peter's going to be there, and there's going to be a band, and you'll never guess, right? Imagine they're saying, you'll never guess who it is, right? Because this person wants to tell speaker B something exciting, right? And then speaker B says, don't give the game away, right? Don't ruin the surprise.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, sentence 6.
You could ask Emma. She can recite.
Recite?
Recite most of the words in the film. She knows it inside out.
Perfect. Yeah, and good. She knows it inside out. Absolutely. She knows it inside out, right? She knows everything about this film. Great. Number 7.
Okay. I could do it, yeah.
Okay.
We've got all the answers right so far, so it looks as though we are on the right track.
We're on the right track. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and for whatever reason, especially with these idioms, I think because they're often used in speaking, we tend to use contractions almost always, right? So for me, it sounds strange to hear we are on the right track, right? We almost always will contract that, like it's correct, but we'll almost always contract it and say we're on the right track.
Okay.
Okay, great. And number 8?
My boss have it for somebody. She's constantly criticizing my work, even when someone else has phrased it.
Okay, good. So the correct idiom, but how can we, so think about how we would use this in the sentence. So the someone, you should replace that with the person who is the object of her dislike.
Okay.
For me.
For me.
Yeah, so my boss always, or my boss, sorry, my boss
always have it in for me.
third person singular.
Mm.
Have or?
Has.
Yeah.
Has it.
Perfect.
Has it for me, yes.
Okay, great. My boss has it in for me, right? So it's a little bit dramatic to say this, but essentially is she really, really is determined to hurt me. She clearly doesn't want me at this job. Okay? All right, so now you've seen these in context. And we're going, I know it's still a lot to take in, right, these idioms, and we're going to do some speaking practice at the end. So this isn't the last time you'll see these 8 idioms, which are important. Do you have any questions for now?
No.
Okay. All right. So if you do, feel free to stop me. Otherwise, I want to introduce a few more that I think we'll skip this one for now, depending on our time. The idioms in exercise 4, I think are all very, very useful. These are ones that you'll hear. I mean, I say that about all of them, but especially these, you hear a lot in conversation. Just in my daily interactions, I probably use at least half of these, right, on a daily basis. So really important to learn these and learn them well and be confident in them. So let's see, can I have someone read the instructions for this activity?
The following idioms are missing prepositions. Can you guess which preposition goes where? Check in the dictionary.
Okay, but don't check in the dictionary. Well, you can check in the dictionary, but we're going to talk about them, so don't worry. Okay, so essentially, you're simply missing a preposition that forms part of each idiom, and you have choices here in this box. So let's see if we can figure out which preposition goes with which idiom and what each of these idioms means. Okay, so can someone read number 1 and just take a guess at which is the correct preposition, or if you know it, answer that.
Okay, I can try.
Okay.
He didn't get any authority to take the action. He went for his boss had.
We say here he went over.
Over.
Yeah. Went over.
Yeah. Okay. And does anyone have an idea of what that might mean?
He don't respect the authority of the boss.
Mm-hmm. And even, yeah, good. So even more specifically, it means
bypass.
Yeah, you bypass your boss's authority. You do something without asking permission.
Yeah.
So the idiom is to go over someone's head. Right?
Yes.
To go over someone's head means to do something without his or her permission. When in theory, this is an authority figure. Absolutely. Okay. Number 2.
Okay.
Don't say a word to anyone. Do you promise? Keep it on your hat.
This one is keep it under your hat.
Under your hat. Yes.
Okay, good. And any ideas what this means?
Because when you keep something under, you are hiding it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and literally, quite literally, when I would imagine that people who used to wear these big hats on their heads could hide objects under them, right? So here, you're hiding a secret.
Yes.
Excuse me. When someone says, keep it under your hat, they're saying, keep this a secret, please.
Keep it in your mind. Don't say.
Yeah, keep it in your mind.
Keep it in your mind. Yes.
Keep it in your head. Okay, good. Number 3.
Go easy on her. She doesn't understand. She's only a child.
Yeah, excellent. So go easy on her. That one is so common, right? So in sports, in games, right, so people might say, don't go easy on me, right? Give me all you've got, right? Don't show me any mercy, don't go easy on me. Or the opposite is, go easy on her. Give her a chance, let her win, right? She's a child. Okay. All right. Number 4.
One.
She won't tell me anything. It's like trying to get blood out of a stone.
Good. Yeah, excellent. And had you heard that one before, or were you just guessing?
No, never.
Okay, and how did you know it was out of?
Because it's like it's something impossible.
Excellent, yeah. So it's like trying to get blood out of a stone means it's impossible, right? This person will not tell me anything, it's impossible. Good. Or maybe if not impossible, extremely difficult. Okay, great, Raphael. Okay, number 5. There should be a comma here. Go on, comma, spoil yourselves.
Out for a change.
Uh-huh.
Out.
Yeah, so push the boat out. Push the boat out.
Out for a change.
Yeah.
Push the boat out for a change.
Good.
Go on. Yes.
Good, yeah, and what does it mean to push the boat out?
Push the boat out. I don't know. I think it's the boat. I think so. To be, it's the boat out. I think it's when the boat has to travel. You push the boat out for the harbor. But I don't.
Yeah. So here the figure, the way we use it when you say push the boat out, have a good time means celebrate. You know, have a big party. It often implies. It often implies like, you know, you spend a lot of money on a big party, right?
Okay.
So you go all out.
Okay.
Go
enjoy. Take. No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you enjoy it. You spend money on it. You really just indulge.
Yeah, take it easy. You know, some kind. No.
Take it easy, but even more than that is really just celebrate. Like, go crazy, have a wild party.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So push the boat out. All right, number 6.
She's got a good ear for languages, and she's pretty musical as well.
Good. So this one is to have a good ear for something, or just to have a good ear means to be able to be musically inclined, or to be good at something. To be good at something, right? She's got a good ear for languages means she learns them quickly. She's good at them.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have another example for good ear for?
She has a good ear for music. We often use it for things that you hear, right? Auditory things, just because it makes more sense as an idiom. So we usually, the two things I've heard it used the most to describe are she has a good ear for languages and she has a good ear for music.
Okay.
Right? Or she has a good ear for pitch, right? Pitch.
Pitch, okay.
Or tones. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good. All right, number 7. This one is strange.
Yeah.
This is an idiom that means to be sharp or quick. We're talking about a person. And the idiom we use is to be on the ball.
On the ball.
So the sentence would be, that was quick, you're on the ball this morning, right? And that means you are really, you're working well, you're quick, you're sharp, it seems like your brain is working fast, right? You're on the ball.
Is it similar like you're on fire or no?
Yeah, it's kind of like you're on fire, but it has more of, no, yeah, I would say they're similar. Okay. You're on fire is more modern, probably. And if you're on the ball, it means you're just really sharp, you're with it.
Okay.
Okay, good. And the last one.
Yeah. I've had it out. I've had it out with him, and we seem to have resolved most of the problems.
Yeah. Good. So I've had it out with him, and that means I've discussed a conflict that we had. So to have it out with someone is to it's when you have a problem with someone and you just talk about all of it. You bring up everything and you resolve it. Okay. All right. So any questions about any of the questions?
No, to clarify.
Yeah. Do you want me to clarify? Sorry, did you ask if I could clarify this?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I don't know if it's correct.
Okay, so to have it out with someone. So imagine I get in a big fight with a friend. Okay, we're very angry at each other and we don't talk for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, and then after a while I ask if we can sit down and talk. I might say, and then we have it out with each other. I have it out with her, which means we talk about all of the problems we had. We might get angry at each other. We really say some nasty things, and we bring up everything that was problematic before, and then it's resolved.
Okay, we solved the problem.
Yeah, but it's kind of it implies this like it's a process, right? You solve a problem after a lot
of confrontation. I don't know.
Excellent. Yeah, after a lot of confrontation. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other questions about these? Okay, so we've gone over at least 15 or 16, at least 16 idioms, and now I want to practice them in conversation. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some sort of open discussion questions that use these idioms, and I want you to respond using the idiom. Okay, so hopefully this will get you seeing how they're used in a more natural context and in a more personal way for you. Okay, so let's see. When was the last time you pushed the boat out? What was the occasion? So for instance, the last time I pushed the boat out was for a close friend's birthday party, right? I threw a surprise party and I really pushed the boat out. There were no expense spared because she's very important to me. What about you?
I remember many years ago, I organized the party with my university friends, and I thought that it was the most
Most memorable?
rememberable that I pushed both out
The
recently.
most memorable time that you've pushed the boat out. Okay, good.
Yes. Yes.
Good. Anyone else?
Last weekend, I pushed the boat out. I went to another city for a festival for weekend. There was a concert every night. I went to concert with my friends.
Good. Perfect. Great. Okay. Any other responses? Okay. What are some good ways to break the ice?
Sense of humor, but sense of humor. I think it's a good joke can be icebreaker, but sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it has the opposite effect.
You think? So sometimes having a sense of humor.
All joke, like yeah, it can be.
Okay, good. So having a sense of humor is a good way to break the ice, but sometimes it can go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, other ideas?
It depends. In some case, offering to drink with other people is it's the way that it's possible to break ice.
To break the ice. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So, having a drink with someone is a good way to break the ice. Okay, yeah, good. Any other suggestions?
Maybe ask question that make you seems like you're interested to the other person, like if he has like interest or something. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Great. Okay. Now I want you to tell me about a subject that you know inside and out. What's a subject that you know inside and out?
Personally, it's software engineering because I am software engineer. It's more mostly of my work.
Okay, good. Use the idiom.
Idiom, what's all the idiom? Yeah, I know software engineering domain inside and out.
Good. Yeah, because that's your job. It's your subject.
It's my job. It's my subject. Yeah.
Great. Anyone else? I want to hear about the different areas where you're all experts.
I know about a coin thing inside out.
Inside and out.
Inside and out.
Great.
I think I'm inside and out with software for modeling about my profession in architecture.
Okay. So modeling software for architecture. So that's something So we always use this with the verb to know something inside and out.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Great. Good. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Let's see, what else can I ask you? Do things in your lives tend to be par for the course?
Sorry, can you repeat again? Just the first word.
Do things in your life tend to be par for the course? Are they usually par for the course?
Never.
Never. Okay, so explain.
Because the world is not perfect. So nothing happens in part of the course, I think.
Nothing happens par for the course, or nothing is par for the course. Yeah, good.
Yes.
Okay, and the rest of you?
I agree. I agree.
I agree with Raphael. Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I think it's true.
Sorry?
Yeah, because I think it sometimes if something happened in part of the course, it's casually, it's not planning.
Okay, so if something good. So if something is part of the course, remember it's always with the verb to be. If something is part of the course, it's the exception. It happens coincidentally.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I agree. I think almost nothing in life is par for the course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost nothing. Okay, good. Okay, so now I want you to tell me about a time when you had to give and take at work.
Could you explain again this idiom? I didn't understand it properly.
Yeah, to give and take is essentially to compromise. Right, so if you say, so you could replace, another way to express this sentence would be, tell me about a time when you had to compromise at work. When you had to come to an agreement, when you had different opinions with someone at work and you had to come to an agreement.
Okay. Let's see. Unfortunately, I worked in a division in which I had arguments with some contributors, and we had to, unfortunately, when we had to reach an agreement, so we had to give and take almost every day, in the project we were working for.
Great. Good. Perfectly used. Good. Anyone else? Ali never has to give and take, right?
Yeah, there is no one to give and take in my office.
To give and take with, or with whom to give and take. Yeah. Okay, good.
I think it's happened in almost all of the jobs. There's, for maybe some exceptions, but we have to work in a job that we have to confront with other people, other parts. There's always to take a compromise.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's always some give and take. You always have to give and take. Good.
Yeah, in my work too, I have to give and take, like in a daily basis. Like you have to give and take
on a daily basis.
Times and costs.
Good.
Factors. Yeah.
Good. Good. Tonight you'll dream idiom, Salvatore. Good. All right. I hope so. A few more. Oh, and Raphael says sometimes you have to give and take with yourself.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well,
do you have a split personality?
No. When I go shopping, sometimes should I buy something or should not?
Okay.
And this is a really discussion. It's a really.
So it's some internal give and take.
Yes.
Yeah, pros and cons, and deciding if this is something you really need.
Exactly.
Okay, good. All right, a few more questions. Have you ever gone over someone's head to accomplish a goal? You can say no as long as you use the idiom.
Well, I have to go over my boss head, my previous boss head. I hope he's not watching this class, but
You had to go over his head?
yes.
Okay, good.
Sometimes.
And did it work out?
Almost ever.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I had gone over my parents when I was young many times.
You went over your parents' heads when you were
Yeah.
younger? Uh-huh. To do what?
About everything, I think.
Yeah, about everything. It's normal, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good. So we're running out of time. Does anyone have any questions about the idioms we've covered today? Problems, comments, concerns? Okay.
I think
No,
that's
I think
Okay.
yes, you have to practice, and so
Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm going to send you the document that we looked at today. It's a link to a PDF. Okay. So if you want to do any more review, look at some different exercises, you have everything we did today and a lot more in this document. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So I hope you dream about idioms like Salvatore, and
Yeah.
have a good rest of your day. Okay, I'll see
Thank
you all
you,
soon.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.